Willie D. Live.
Just like if I'm not, I hear sometimes women say, "Well, I can be with a man if he can lead. If I can let him lead if he gonna be a leader." Well, what's understood ain't got to be said.
Yeah.
If you with a dude and he's not a leader, you ain't got no right to complain.
Yeah.
You shouldn't even be with him.
Well, and that's what
Don't
I'm
be
saying,
with him.
yeah.
Like stop talking about how you having problems in your relationship with this man because he's not leading. Well, why are you with him?
Right.
If he's not leading, he's incapable of leading because being a leader is a natural instinct for a man. It's natural. No woman is ever going to. I'm never going to ask for permission to be a leader in my house or in a relationship. That's natural for me.
Yeah.
It's natural. Just like it's at one point it wasn't natural, or for some women it is natural to be submissive for some women. But other women, I understand. They say, "Well, I'm not gonna be there with that type of man." If he I get it, but that's your fault if you with that dude. It ain't your fault that you didn't know he was like that.
Right.
But once you know he's like that, man, you got to bounce. You got to dip.
I agree. And what do you feel about it's yes, and that's one thing I've had to learn. I feel like that anger that women get, that aggressiveness, that unsoftness, because I feel like I'm very submissive and very soft. But yes, I've had to curse somebody out once or twice. But it's because of like, dang, I can't change this about him. I know, and I'm just so mad because it's like, you sold me the dream, man. Like, you sold me the dream. I feel like that's where that comes from. But yeah, if you just stay with that person and you just got, you're this angry person with them, I guess, woman, if you're not presenting softness, then yeah, I think that's a little ridiculous. But I've had to learn, like, that's just the reality. You gotta leave. Like, and I've been so much happier. Like, I've had like a couple like little flings here and there, just on some like, oh, we're talking for a little bit, whatever. I wouldn't say the moment, but once they start showing me like, oh, this ain't it, I fall off. And it's no bad blood. I don't hate them. It's just like, I know where this is gonna go, and I don't like that. So let me just leave it alone versus doing what I used to do, is be delusional and think that if I get angry or if whatever the case may be, or if I ignore him, just play all these games, But I do think it's a give and take. I think the man should show his role as the man, and the woman should show her role as the woman. But I do think both should probably have that side of like I think the woman should have a little bit of like, don't play with me, and I think the man should have a little side of like, love on me, yeah, I'm manly and I'll take care of everything, but like also I
can agree with that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we all have a woman in our life, whether it's our partner or our mothers or something. We're like our grandmothers. We're like, oh, that she's the nicest woman. She's the sweetest. She loves everybody, but don't play with her.
She'll cut your throat.
She'll cut your throat. Don't play with her.
Mess with her people.
Exactly.
Mess with family. Mess with baby
you know
girl
what I'm saying?
or something. Boy, she'll cut your throat.
I think that's healthy. I don't think necessarily as a woman we should just always be like very like defensive and angry. And I was watching some thing on YouTube, and the guy was like, "What do you look for in a man?" He was like, "What do you look for in a man?" And she's like, "That man that got that money, that coin, that paper." I was like, I mean, yes, but also it's like you gonna get you can get a man with money. That's nothing. This is Houston. We can go lost and found tonight. You can find a man with money, but then you gonna be crying about him on Twitter next week because you find out he had a whole family in Africa. It's like, I don't know. Both people have to play their parts. Both people need to be non-delusional, and I think both women and men being a little bit of vulnerable, having a little bit of vulnerability, but also having some masculinity, I guess, is healthy. I think that's okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, Lea'h Samspon, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
It's been real. We got to do this again because that time just kind of flew by. But, I know you're on your way and you're already doing great things already. You've come so far, with, especially when you consider, where you've been, where you come from. You've come so far. I mean, like, you're shining. And you're an asset to comedy. I know because I know comedy. Yeah.
You said don't take too much from the old heads, but I guess you ain't that old today, huh? No, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. no more talk.